We anticipate in the next 10 to 12 years approximately 8 to 6 million Hispanics coming into the United States and 41 million Asians. You have been the majority minority for 400 years in this country. You have been the number 2 population for 400 years. You're going to get kicked out of being number 2. You're going to go down and become number 4. Now, common sense, even a third grade education will tell you, if you didn't get anything when you were number 2, you all jumped ahead of me, but anyway, you can guess what you're going to get when you become number 4.
President Biden, do you support reparations?
Well, I mean, since I haven't spoken on this, got a chance. Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We've been able to cherry pick the best from every single continent. The people who come here have determination, resilience. They are ready to stand up and work like the devil. We have 24 out of every 100 children in our school today is Hispanic. The idea that we are going to walk away and not provide every opportunity for them is not only stupid and immoral, but it's bad for America. They are the future of America.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest. Which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. And this is what we are faced with. And this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
We are owed $104 trillion on the very low end, plus $735 billion recurring. This number does not include the cost of about 50 Black Wall Streets that were decimated, nor compound interest from 2017 when Sean D. Rochester's book, The Black Tax, was published, nor the cost of Black life, nor the cost of living increases, nor the war on drugs, nor the current day pandemic. The number I'm working with is for slavery, Jim Crow, and accrued ongoing systemic racism, oppression, and disadvantage in the country our ancestors built with their lives.
Good afternoon on the West Coast. Good afternoon in the mountains. Good afternoon in the central. Good afternoon on the East Coast. You know exactly who it is, I believe. Angela Nirvana, your hostess with the mostest on the reparationist perspective, bringing you those free and hot topics and making the case for reparations, making the case for weaponizing our votes, socializing our suffering. Welcome Twitter Space, welcome Twitter, welcome Facebook, welcome ScrewTube, to yet another episode, another broadcast of puckery as the world turns in the world of American freedmen who descend from U.S. chattel slavery. Welcome one and all. Just a couple of housekeeping rules. Twitter Space, I'm still trying to figure out how to balance our exchange and our conversation with my faithful viewers on ScrewTube, Facebook, and Twitter alike. I've been so used to reading their chats and commenting alongside them. So I'm still working on how to balance that act. We had a 5-hour live with Marcel Dixon. Thank you, Marcel. Listen, bless that brother. Bless him at marcelforcongress.com. Honey, if nothing else, he keeps a federal attention on the reparations fight, and we need all the attention we can get. But anywho, in that space, I kind of lost it a little bit. I don't know why these folks are trying to call me. I done told them I'm live. Lord have mercy, please. Anywho, thank you, Marcel. I was scorched earth over there. And when the broadcast ended at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we went hard in the paint for 5 hours. When I listened back to the tape, I saw that Marcel had about 1,700 plus people in that space. So I have to apologize because I thought it was really all family. Folks that's been rocking with me since around 2019. So I was going off in things. I see you, Patricia, my love. I'm going to get to you. But I do want to apologize because there were new people to the reparationist perspective. I may have run them off. I'm not really sure. But I do want to apologize from the bottom of my heart. I really thought, I had no idea. I can only see the few people on the screen. I didn't know there were 1,700 people out there watching me lose my entire shit. Oh, sugar. I'm going to do my best to not use expletives, but forgive me in advance. Because yes, I'm hotter than fish grease. Yes, I'm scorched earth. Yes, I'm the angry black woman. Whatever you want to call me. It is well with my soul. But I want y'all to know that I love y'all black and I love y'all Freedmen strong. And I don't mean no harm. Brothers, I'm not going to castrate y'all today. I'm just going to make the case for why we must weaponize this vote. I'm going to make the case as to why the ballot is your bullet. Because you can't stand your ground in the country your ancestors built with their lives. It will cost you your life. So I'm teaching you how to weaponize your vote, and I'm praying that my message goes viral. I got a very short window, so y'all will probably see me every day, every other day. Listen, I'm getting in here as much as I can in between beating the streets of LA with this message. I'm going to be like Marcel. I buy me a megaphone and I go ride through the neighborhood screaming through my megaphone and giving out my flyers. That's what I'm about to do. So anyway, let's not delay. Thank you for being here. Please, 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 family. I'm telling you right now. I know y'all think that I got like about 100,000 people who have subbed to my channel. Nothing can be farther from the truth. I got about 1,270. Last count. They demonetized my channel. They threw me in ScrewTube jail for about a month. Facebook shut down my original page, so I'm rebuilding from 5,000 viewers over there. Listen, I am the little engine that could, and the ancestors won't let me rest, just like the ancestors won't let you rest. So please, 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 if you can, all of my tweeters and Twitter space, please tweet this space out. I see a lot of folks competing with my time. Whatever, the show must go on. And could my ScrewTube, my Facebook, could y'all, push this message out? Now, let me tell you something. I'm live in Twitter too. So if folks in my ScrewTube say the sound is messed up because I'm trying to be everywhere and don't know what I'm doing, shout out to any social media managers. Hit me up at the Repperspective Gmail. I don't have a lot of coins, but if folks bless the broadcast, I can at least bless you with that. But yeah, I do hope you feel compelled to bless the broadcast. So those are the couple of housekeeping rules that I had to share with you. Now, Twitter space, you guys are my co-hosts. Keep your books nearby because I got my articles that I got to go through. And I'm going to try to get through those quickly so you can weigh in. ScrewTube, you're also my co-host. Facebook and regular Twitter, I can't see you. I can't see what you're writing. If you need to be seen or heard, bless the mic in Twitter space or bless the chat in the ScrewTube. Y'all keep it lit while I go in. Okay, first up, let me share what's got me just riled up. I mean, I got a lot of stuff, but I can't go over everything. We just gonna have to do this stuff on a regular basis. So, let me share with you about, hold on, Philadelphia and a recent apology. Let me see, make sure y'all can see this article over here. Okay, I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller, and I'll be back to make myself a little bit bigger, okay? So, Philadelphia apologized for experiments on Black inmates. Now, you guys know the whole entire gynecological industry was built on Black bodies. They broke our women. They broke us all the way down to build up the pharmaceutical industry. Anything you can look at that they now pretend to have a cure for, it was at the behest of our ancestors. We were who they experimented on. Now, all of a sudden, Philly wants to apologize. I don't hear them talking about reparations. Okay? I don't hear them talking about reparations to the people, but they want an apology. And this is reminiscent of what all these Mickey Thickies want to do. They want to apologize. Hello, Barack Obama, who hid his apology in 2008. Well, let me help you understand something. It is no real apology unless you run us that 6.2 plus quadrillion that you owe us. And no, I'm not into having a fire sale on the bargain basement clearance racks, trying to close hundreds of trillions of stolen and murderous, egregious racist wealth gap with 14 to 20 trillion. Nope, nope, and no. I disagree. And I don't need to be a lead economist to disagree with that number. I'm telling you that the reparations I'm fighting for is for slavery, Jim Crow, and accrued ongoing systemic racism, oppression, and disadvantage in the country our ancestors built with their lives. That is more than $20 trillion. So no. Anywho, so they got the unmitigated gall, back to the text, to apologize. Philadelphia apologized for experiments on Black inmates. Reading from the thing here, the article, I'm reading from NPR, October 7th, just a week ago. The city of Philadelphia issued an apology Thursday. Oh my God. Good Lord. If folks don't stop calling me, I done got the thing on mute anyway. I got to figure out how to be uninterrupted during these things. Okay. The city of Philadelphia issued an apology Thursday for the unethical medical experiments performed on mostly Black inmates at its Holmesburg prison from the 1950s through the 1970s. The move comes after community activists and families of some of those inmates raised the need for a formal apology. Family, y'all doing this all wrong. Hello, Black farmers. You want to know why they can hold your stuff up in the Supreme Court based on reverse racism? Because you're too busy fighting for whites and immigrants when it comes to your COVID debt relief dollars. Of the $9.2 billion that they earmarked, $6.2 billion was going to the whites. $100 million going to the Latinas. $17.6 million was going to the Asians. And a paltry $15 million was going to us. And the problem with I have with the freedmen is that you will not step into your ethnicity. You are so busy trying to be politically correct in a game of political theater. You are so busy running to the polls to deliver the Demorats because you don't like that Donald Trump called Africa, who sold us into slavery, a shithole country. You get your panties in a lather over silly-ish like that. And then want to fight me when I tell you that your ballot is the bullet to get to these polls and decimate the Demorats. So, Black farmers, the people here, what do you need an apology for? You need that hard cold Skrilla. You need the shmoney, and these Mickey Thickies are happy to apologize to you as long as it don't cost them nothing. Black farmers, if you ever expect to get anything from the Department of Agriculture that stole 20 million acres from you, you better file your lawsuits, and I'm going to get to that next. You better file your lawsuits as American Freedmen and stop this We Are the World. Because ain't nobody taking this L but American Freedmen, in case you haven't recognized. Back to the text. It also follows a string of apologies from various U.S. cities over historically racist policies or wrongdoing in the wake of the nationwide racial reckoning after the killing of George Floyd by a Minneapolis police officer. Yeah, let's talk about how Joe Crow pretended like he was about an end to qualified immunity. That has all but disappeared. And it ain't like these race soldiers have let up. The only thing different now is that the lamestream corporate with 3Ks media don't report on it no more because they don't want the world taken to the streets the way we did with George Floyd. They want to be comfortable executing us with impunity. I see you, who's that little cracker down there that shut up the South Carolina 9? Dylan Roof. He now is appealing to get his death sentence reversed. Amber Geiger goes up into a brother's apartment and shoots him while he's having ice cream, murders him in cold blood. She got, 10 years, and every 6 months, she down there appealing to get her sentence thrown out. Chauvin only got 25 years, literally kneeling on the jugular of our brother, Mr. George Floyd, till the life left his body. He only got 25 years. The rest of those Mickey Fickies who were complicit, they got 5 years maybe? Your ballot is your bullet. Next, the city allowed, and I'm not going to read through all of this. Y'all can check it out. That's why I'm announcing the articles. I ain't got time to go through all this. The city allowed University of Pennsylvania researcher Dr. Albert Kligman to conduct the dermatological, biochemical, and pharmaceutical experiments that intentionally exposed about 300 inmates to viruses, fungus, asbestos, and chemical agents, including dioxin, a component of Agent Orange. The vast majority of Kligman's experiments were performed on Black men, many of whom were awaiting trial and trying to save money for bail, and many of whom were illiterate. The city said, me speaking, now that we gonna bail, if y'all don't stop following these Nigarant new Black media, when they tell you to get your panties in a bunch over no cash bail for non-violent offenders, y'all need to learn to Google this stuff and read it for yourself. And into cash bail, we would still have Khalid Browder, who took his life after being subjugated to the worst heinous oppression in Rikers for over a backpack that he did not steal. So please stop following Nigarant people in the new Black media that have a problem with an end to cash bail. It will help our nonviolent offenders get out of jail and not have to be done in the way in which they did these inmates. Intentionally exposed about 300. You see how they like to guesstimate. We know it was more than 300 inmates. The vast majority, listen, all of these atrocities are ours. And now you got your Crayola white supremacists being imported in here, 5,000 going north. They have pushed us down from 17% to 3% in the state of California. And although I'm happy folks are getting active in their respective states, I'm praying to God it's not too late as I fight the contemporary reparations grassroots movement to overstand that my Freedmen protest voter strategy for closed border and vetted reparations candidates is the only way out. It's the only way to allow us to tread water until we can end DACA and the rest. Back to the text. Kligman, who would go on to pioneer the acne and wrinkle treatment Retin-A, died in 2010. Many of the former inmates would have lifelong scars and health issues from these experiments. A group of the inmates filed a lawsuit against the university and Kligman in 2000 that was ultimately thrown out because of a statute of limitations. Ain't that about a blip? so Cosby can go to jail after y'all changed the laws to jail him, but Carolyn Bryant don't get no time. You can put 90-year-old white men who participated in the Jewish Holocaust. They can be brought to trial, but Carolyn Bryant can't be brought to trial. And now this, statute of limitations. They can't even file a lawsuit. It's been thrown out. Moving on, Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney said in the apology that the experiments exploited a vulnerable population and the impact of that medical racism has extended for generations. Without excuse, we formally and officially extend a sincere apology to those who were subjected to this inhumane and horrific abuse. We are also sorry it took far too long to hear those words, Kenney wrote. But they threw their lawsuits out. Last year, the University of Pennsylvania issued a formal apology and took Kligman's name off some honorifics like an annual lecture series and professorship. The university also directed research funds to fellows focused on dermatological issues in people of color. But these folks ain't got no reparations, as Joe Crow gives away our reparations and protections to Crayola white supremacists. But y'all want to fight for your own peril. Y'all fighting with ancient historical measures like withhold the vote that worked when it was predominantly black and white up in this country. You got 42.6 million immigrants and another 22 million on deck. Joe Crow is waiting for your vote to upend you and to take your vote come this midterm. If y'all don't roll out here in Obama-style numbers, that's what's coming for Freedmen, our extinction. Let me move on to the next. Welcome to the live. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Hold on, guys. I got to pull up my next article. This one is about how black women and their babies is being evicted in record number, me speaking, while the country lets these immigrants in. DJ Segwan told y'all in that 5-hour set we did the other night with Marcel. He told y'all they not just coming over here, their bellies are full and swollen to replace who? American Freedmen. All over New Jersey, all over New York, all over Maryland, all over Chicago. Now they coming down south, North Carolina. Let's talk about whose expense that's at with y'all's vote. Stand by. Black women being evicted. My article went away. Hold on, y'all. Where's that NPR? This is USA Today. Hopefully they won't make me subscribe. I got so much stuff. Okay, this is not helping. Yeah, you got, I told y'all and I showed y'all how Blanca Jimenez of LASA for years have been denying American Freedmen Section 8 housing vouchers here in LA. And yet the immigrants, legal and illegal, have housing. I told y'all about how Newsom, who is running for president in 24, has given undocumented, illegal, meaning they broke the law, aliens, driver's license, protections from deportation, Medi-Cal, housing, and jobs. While Freedmen Parish, y'all keep saying come south. Many of us can't even afford to fly back east to go to the reparations rallies. Which, oh, by the way, I'm seeing a ton of reparations rallies. I don't see no marketing. Makes no sense. Y'all be careful about the grifters out here. Y'all be careful about them. There's plenty of them. Anywho, back to the text. So, I want to talk about our black women being evicted in record number. Y'all listen, the ancestors are speaking. It ain't really me. And that's why I kind of go off topic sometimes. It's so much to share. The ancestors say go this direction. I just go. Okay. Hold on, guys. I lost my article. Just a second. Okay, that's not it. I'm sorry, guys. Be patient. I'm a one-woman show. I got to wear all the hats. Okay. Let me share this. I accept. All right. Hold on. Let me share this headline with my audience. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Just a second, guys. I got to get this headline up for my people. Okay. Okay. Y'all good? Let me make sure y'all can see, because this stuff has got to be memorialized for the folks that come and watch the archives. Folks is at church. Well, this is church for me, y'all. Okay? That's how it's going to work. Let me go back to the article and read. Why black women are more likely to face eviction. Woo-wee! Evictions do not affect everyone equally. Millions of renters in this country have struggled to make rent after losing income during the pandemic. Me speaking, when you hear words like Demorats, repugnant clans, pandemic, those are my words, not the article. Now, I'm reading from kqed.org news, okay? So, back to the text. Millions of renters in this country have struggled to make rent after losing income during the pandemic. Now, let me help you with something. During the last recession under Barack Obama, over 50% of American freedmen lost the only generational inheritable wealth they had to bequeath to their children, their homes. Barack Obama didn't put audits on the banks to guarantee they lend back to us. With the money he used, our money, to bail out the banks in Wall Street, didn't put up regulations nor audits to guarantee that they would lend to us so that we could be restored to the only real asset we had to bequeath our children. Well, all of that was a part of their ethno-genocidal plans to do what they're doing currently. Now, this pandemic was designed to wipe us completely off the monopoly board. They like to blame it on the pandemic, why 70% of American freedmen here in the state of California were not restored to their jobs once they were laid off during the pandemic. They like to say, ish, like we were afraid. No, I think we're more afraid of losing our homes and going hungry than we are a made-up pandemic to upend us and to annihilate us and to genocide us. But that's what happened out here. And guess who this is what they use and they weaponize against American freedmen by saying silly shit like, oh, they just don't want to work. You know that racist trope that they teach all these anti-freedmen racists that they're flooding the country with? That's the same thing they use to import the anti-freedmen racists into the country that our ancestors built with their lives. Whose expense do you think that's at? Predominantly poor American freedmen. This is who this is crushing. And so this pandemic was developed to wipe us completely off the monopoly board. We're still talking medical apartheid. Many of you who know me personally know I lost my mom in December last year after she took the booster. So now what they're doing, and we're going to get into it in the next article. Hold on. Let me pull it up before I forget y'all. Hold on. Just give me a second. Just roll with the ancestors right now. Y'all good. Get your libations. So what they're doing is they're actually demanding out here in California, more than likely around you too, in these Democratic states, where they're bringing in busloads of these immigrants and putting this anti-freedmen racist hate right in the center of our already explosive communities. This is what they've weaponized the pandemic against freedmen to extinct us. This is what they've done. And so what they're doing is they're not hiring us. They're flooding the zone with illegals under the auspice that we don't want to go to work and all this kind of lies. They're requiring that we speak Spanish while putting an end to our affirmative actions. And because we have no social capital at the hiring tables, they get to keep it in the family. And if you do see a black face at the hiring table, it's just for show. They're not hiring you. I don't care if you're the lowest skilled workers all the way through executive level. They're not hiring freedmen. Back to the text. I'm going to let my Twitter space take this over in just a few minutes and talk about it. And at that time, I'm going to pray us out over here. And then if you're interested in engaging in the conversation for another hour, you'll have to join us over in Twitter space. Millions of renters in this country have struggled to make rent after losing income during the pandemic. And black renters, particularly black women, are more likely to be evicted than white renters. Jean Kendrick and her son were evicted during the early days of the pandemic. We followed their journey to find affordable housing. Me speaking, remember earlier I showed y'all on that 5-hour live how the American Freedmen were down there on Auntie Maxine's head and she screamed at them to go home. And the sister screamed, "We don't have no homes. We're down here because Blanca Jimenez has been denying us Section 8 housing vouchers for years." And this is what happens when you are politically lazy and you decide you're going to withhold the vote like you've got the luxury to. Like we don't have 42.6 million of them with Joe Crow chopping at the ready for y'all to go out to these polls or not. Because these immigrants are going to these polls. They know if they don't turn out in Obama-style numbers and we make this bitch bleed, they know good and well if they don't turn out, the only way out is back across that border because they were afraid when Trump was in charge. They were afraid to cross that border. Look in the archives. I already went through that article. Back to the text. So affordable housing, that's what your vote is helping to secure. These Crayola white supremacists that they're flooding the country with to replace us. They neutralized us economically. Now they're coming for our vote. With your vote or your non-vote. Your ballot is your bullet. Back to the text. While examining the factors driving the racial disparities in eviction rates, including generations of racist housing policies and predatory homelanding practices. Me speaking. And down here in California, these Crayola white supremacists called the Latinas, they will firebomb your house. They will throw bottles at your car. They are doing everything in their power to make your life a living hell with your vote. Back to the text. Oh, well, this is like, they're going back and forth. I don't have time to read all that. But you get the point. Let me go to the next. I only got about 26 minutes to finish up these talking points before I turn it over to Twitter space. Woo, dude, Jesus. That's what I learned over that 5-hour live. I was on there sleepy as ever, looking crazy. Because I was live in the Twitter space. That ain't going down no more. I'm going to give y'all an hour, read a few comments, and turn it over to Twitter space if you want to come over and join the conversation. I'm done with that, but you get the idea. Next. Let me share this one. An appeals court rules against DACA, but the program continues for now. This is NPR, October 5th. Let me share it with my live viewers, guys. I beg your patience. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, retweet, turn on your notifications. Thank you in advance. If you feel so compelled, bless the broadcast. Please bless Marcel. Whether he wins or not, we need him to keep the foot on the gas of reparations. He's got more subs than me. So, you know, all hands on deck. Bless the brother so he can keep screaming, because I'm here for it. I'm a screamer too. Marcel for Congress, okay? .com, baby. All right, let me share this with y'all. Hold on. Okay. I'm just gonna have to be over here every minute I get a chance, y'all. It's gonna be up and down all around as I go out here with my megaphone like Marcel and get these people, these freedmen in LA, all the way together. We got all kind of stuff going down. We need to close these borders. Okay, y'all can see that, right? Let me make sure. Okay, I'm coming Twitter space. Y'all about to take it over. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to weigh in on my co-host on the other side. Y'all can just come over to the space. Y'all know how to find me. Okay, let's see here. After I close here and pray us out, y'all come to Twitter space, okay? I'm talking to you, Facebook and Twitter, regular Twitter and Screw Tube. Let me finish this part, pray us out, and y'all come over to Twitter space, okay? So we can finish having this conversation. Okay, so y'all can see that, right? I hope so. Let me pull up the article in another window so I can keep the headline rolling. Copy. Okay. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. Oh, Lord. It's a one. This is Freedman life, y'all. Okay. This is how it goes. Open a screen, click a screen. I beg your patience. Okay, an appeals court rules against DACA, but the program continues for now. Because guess what, boys and girls? Both parties suck. They're complicit. They have been angry with us since they used us as the shoes to build the wealth all these Mickey Thickies eat from. And Lincoln stank ass tried to expatriate us to Africa and God knows where else, back to our enslavers. And we refused to go. We fought and won our emancipation. We fought and won special field order number 15, 40 acres and a mule. They took the 40 acres and a mule, but gave the reparations to our white slaveholders and 150 years of, oh Lord, the Homestead Act to white immigrants and our slave masters alike, right? So when they couldn't throw away the shoes, when they couldn't get rid of the shoes so they could enjoy the fruits of the America our ancestors built with their lives, this is what they've been working on ever since. And our vote has been complicit in how we got here. But it's a brand new day. Prayerfully, y'all gonna wake up. Well, I'm gonna do everything in my power to wake you up. That's what I'm doing over here at the Reparationist Perspective. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's get into this article. A federal appeals court Wednesday ordered a lower court review of Biden administration revisions to a program preventing the deportation of hundreds of thousands of immigrants brought into the United States as children. Since they on the topic of children, this is in the archives, so I'm not going to live here. But these Mickey Thickies were literally sending their kids over the borders and then sued the government, along with the help of the ACLU that ain't doing shit for American Freedmen. They sued the government for $450,000 per illegal. So what they're doing is they're sending their kids ahead because that's how they get attached through chain migration. Shout out to Marcel Dixon, who taught on that a little bit in the 5-hour live. that we did the other day. That's how they get here. So they send the kids over and then blame the country for separating them at the border. And then want to sue the government, and Joe Crow agreed that they should be made millionaires while denying us our reparations in the quadrillions. Hell, for as long as they continue to oppress us, they should have to pay. That's how I believe. Anywho, so all these children, like I said, DJ Segwan shared, all the women coming through New Jersey is pregnant and full with child, while our women, single women, because they done locked up our men, while the state gets wealthy off of the nickel bags of funk they in prison for to this day. So now our single black women who are having a challenging time finding jobs with American wages with children are being evicted in record number. Back to the text. A federal appeals court. Okay, the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals said a federal district judge in Texas, thank God for the red, should take another look at the program following the revisions adopted in August. The ruling for now leaves the future of the deferred action for childhood arrivals up in the air. Oh, it appears that the status quo for DACA remains, says Veronica Garcia, an attorney for the Immigrant Legal Resource Center and Advocacy Organization. DACA was adopted by former President who? Barack Obama's administration, who gave us an apology secretly in 2008 and told us no to reparations at the same time. Okay. And has had a complicated ride through federal court challenges. Texas-based U.S. District Judge Andrew Hannon last year declared DACA illegal. He found that the program had not been subjected to public notice and comment periods required under the Federal Administration Procedures Act. Excuse me speaking. This is the same bullshiggity that these black immigrants are pulling at our reparations task force hearings that we've been in for about what? Over a year now. They are Johnny come lately, and now they're trying to, Reginald Jones Sawyer tried it. I don't know if it was staged or not, but he came through with a bill that all the Demorats signed yes to extend our reparations proposals through 2024 when we are clearly out of time. And he amended the bill so that he could have the authority to remove all of those that was lineage, all the ones who voted for lineage-based reparations. He amended it to have the authority to rearrange those people. Then the black immigrants show up Johnny come lately after we've been over here for a year, twice a month, back to back, 16 hours in these hearings. And now they want to come up to the mic and say, foul. There was not enough notice. We didn't get the comment. How much notice did they give Freedmen? But we managed to get the word out to everybody. And why in the hockey sticks are they even allowed to have a choice in the matter when they got here after the 65 Immigration Act, most of them? But he left the program temporarily intact for those already benefiting from it, pending the appeal. That's 11 million. Joe Crow just let in 5 million more. How many more millions will there be at the end of his term if Freedmen stay home? Like, we got that luxury. If Freedmen decide, I'm just going to withhold the vote and let the chips fall where they may, instead of you using your ballot like a direct missile to explode the Democratic Party for several election cycles until they're begging us to cut the checks. Now that's the real revolution. And I'm Malcolm Misha up in this piece, okay? That's the real revolution. Gone are the days where you can withhold the vote and then hurt them and deliver the repugnant clans. Ain't nobody invested in Freedmen's survival if you can't tell anywhere in the country. They don't give a damn, and they're importing Crayola white supremacists whom they are making white with our reparations dollars and protections. Ergo, the title of today's broadcast. Back to the text. I'm going to shut this down because I got 15 minutes before I hand it over to Twitter Space. Wednesday's ruling by 3 judges of the New Orleans-based 5th District Circuit opposed the judge's initial findings, but it sends the case back to him for a look at a new version of the rule issued by the Joe Crow administration in late August. The new rule takes effect October 31st. So, a district court is in the best position to review the administrative record in the rulemaking proceedings, said the opinion by Chief 5th Circuit Judge Priscilla Richmond, nominated to the court by President George Bush. The other panel members were Judges Kurt Engelhardt and James Ho, both appointees of President Donald Trump. Okay, I can't read all of it. I got to go to the next. How they expecting us to jab. These corporations need to be sued up the yin-yang for violating our HIPAA. My beautiful daughter can't even stay in the dorm with the track stars after we lost my late mom in December after she took that booster. They done quarantined her. They done put her, it's like a concentration camp. They're discriminating against her, and she can't stay in a building with her track stars, right? Because they're either jabbed or they got the paperwork to claim they're jabbed. And so she is over in another dorm with the unjabbed. That puts her in a room, in an apartment with 3 white girls on the softball team. We're paying her dormitory fees so that she don't have student loan debt. She's got scholarship, but it don't cover everything. Even at a state school, it's $21,000 a year. So we're paying the rest. And what do I have to do? Because she called me all stuffed up and congested, although she tested negative. Although I paid for my daughter to be in that space, I literally had to drop everything at the behest of her coach and drive into Northridge to bring my daughter back to the house here for her to quarantine because she's the only one taking COVID tests. This girl is coughing up a storm through the night. I've had COVID. I know the COVID cough. Well, let's say I tested positive for it twice because I believe those damn tests are inconclusive, especially the home ones. And I believe COVID is bronchitis and pneumonia. Anywho, I'm not going there. That's not what the show is about. I'm just making a point here. Stay with me. Follow. So I bring her home. I call up housing. And they tell me there's nothing they can do because it's a violation of HIPAA for them to insist her roommate that's directly on the other side of the wall. They live in a quad, 2 here, a wall, 2 there. They told me it's a violation of the girl's HIPAA to insist that they take a COVID test. So it's okay for me to spend money for her to be housed at her college. It's okay for me to spend money there and have to spend gas, which is $6 a gallon, where I get it from. It's about to be $10 a gallon because the Saudis are moving with Russia and starving the U.S. of oil reserves because they're paying for the Ukrainian neo-Nazis to fight Russia. Like, we don't know that it's U.S. war with Russia vis-a-vis the neo-Nazis of Ukraine. Anyway, let me get back on deck. So, to me, it's a violation of this white chick's HIPAA, but not a violation of my daughter to isolate her with these unjabbed. And I got to spend money, $40,000 going north, because you're now afraid you can quarantine my daughter away from her track team with the unjabbed in this building that is not nearly as plush as the one for the track stars. But you can't tell these girls to take a COVID test. You got me mixed all the way up. So ultimately, the girl took the test. She'd been sick since they got there. And what did she do? Test positive for COVID. Right? So thankfully, I went and got my daughter. How many people got that luxury to go and get their kids out of these situations? And yet, they don't jab these illegals. We got 5 million illegals here. How many of you are insisting that they take this jab? But everywhere you turn, I mean, in the military, you got a jab. In white corporate America, they're asking you before they even interview you, can you show us proof of your jab? These sons of bitches need to be, we need a lawsuit. This is discrimination. These are the microaggressive ways that they're getting rid of American freedmen. But y'all want to come for me, talk about withhold the vote. You ain't got that luxury, boo-boo. We are clearly out of time. So let me read that real quick a little bit, and I'm turning it over to Twitter. I'm going to pray us out. I'm just going to go back and forth. The next episode, I'll read the comments, and we'll go in Twitter. We just going to do it back and forth like that until we figure it out. Okay, but I can't do no more 5-hour lives on camera. That's not how any of this is going to work. Hold on. Oh, Sugarfoot. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let me at least show y'all this one, okay? Stop sharing. Okay. Oh, my freaking God. This is why you must fact check the fact checker. This Mickey Ficky factcheck.org. Migrants are not responsible for the latest COVID-19 surge. I got to laugh to keep from screaming even louder than I already am, y'all. Ain't this about a blip? This is why you can't believe nothing these people say. They are such liars. Fauci lied. Fauci literally watched Contagion, starring Gwyneth Paltrow and Matthew Damon back in 2016. They did this film called Contagion, and in the end, they're blaming it on the wet farms, the bats and shit in that movie as to how the pandemic was formed. They're paying Fauci $1 bazillion to lie to the public that this is a bat issue when they have been busted by the repugnant clans that this was created in a lab. Anywho, oh my God, they lie. You can't believe anything they say. You better come over to the reparations perspective, okay? Infectious disease experts, you know, the one that created this issue in the Wuhan labs, say low vaccination rates, resistance to protective measures such as wearing a mask, and the highly transmissible Delta virus are driving the current surge of COVID-19 cases in the U.S. They sit up here acting like the jab ain't getting COVID. So they letting 5 million of them in this country and counting. The borders are wide open, y'all. And they gonna sit up here and say, it's not the migrants. They're poorest church mice in their countries that the U.S. has destroyed. But surely they're not carrying the COVID over the border that we've left wide open for them to just come on in and replace who? The American Freedmen. It's not their fault. It's the American Freedmen who refused to take our jab, even though everybody who was jabbed practically has caught OVK. Oh my God, you can't make this ish up. So yeah, that's what's happening by and large. Okay, y'all, let me come over. I got 6 minutes to see if y'all got something pertinent to say before I hand it over to Twitter Space and let them get it in, because they go hard in the paint. And then what I'll do is play the recording, you know, when I don't have to be live, I can put my avatar up there, okay? Hi, y'all. I see y'all over here. Welcome. Okay, let's get it. Yeah, you got folks coming over to Reparations Perspective early. When you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I see you, OG Green Eyes. Thank you. Kai, he was in here while I was still preparing. Brian, I see you. I couldn't do what you do. This is why I respect you so much, sis. Let me tell you something. We each are doing what the ancestors have chosen us to do. They clearly wired me because I was born to talk. So they wired me as a Malcolm Misha to teach freedmen to be about themselves exclusively, to love themselves exclusively, to throw everyone else off the tent. It's American Freedmen time. So we all, I can't tell you enough, just you sitting over here watching and sharing. Everybody got their role to play. Let the ancestors speak through you and get on call and get on your mission. Because the only one saving us is us. We ain't got no help coming. Our replacement is here. It ain't no 2053 that we gonna have zero wealth. Look to your left and to your right. Do you see anybody wealthy? Other than the people who are pretending to be wealthy as they replace us with Africans in the entertainment industry, Hollywood, and Demorats colluding. Okay? I get your frustration. You're trying to educate folks, and some of them respond with nonsense. Not only nonsense, oh, they call me names, and they do everything they can to help other outlets to shut my channels down. Oh, yeah, I got a lot of haters. That's why TRP flows by herself these days. I got a lot of hate out here, especially for this, because as quiet as it's kept, a lot of these grassroots reparations movement want to be the NAACP. They want access to the bullshiggity I'm trying to shut down. They want to be in bed with them. I want to destroy them. So you see, our missions are not aligned. So thank you for being here. It's passion, not anger. Oh, I have to admit, it's a little bit of both. I'd be lying to you to tell you if I told you I wasn't hotter than fish grease. I'd be lying to you if I told you I'm not scorched earth. That would be a bold-faced lie. So it's a little bit of passion and a little bit of anger. Besides, I grew up in a family of 4. Whoever could talk the loudest got their needs met, okay? So I think, you know, at this lovely age, it's kind of hardwired in me. I want to be heard, so I scream everything. That's how I was raised. Peace and freedom. I see you, Yaira. Thank you for being on the live, my love. I'm coming Twitter space. We got 2 minutes before I pray us out, and then we can get into it, y'all. These entities always apologize. Come on, Brian. I ain't seen you in a minute. These entities, he says, always apologize after they've already picked over our bones. It's like the vulture apologizing to the carcass, okay? Speaking of which, speaking of congressional black carcasses, why haven't they taken to the streets about what's happening to us down here in LA? Crickets. Where are the... I'm with Insane Optimist. He asked, where is the video of Biden telling them to step down? Are they just paying lip service? I ain't seen no video. Don't you think of all the things, if you really, really were about making these other 2 that have yet to step down, don't you think publicly shaming them in a video, a viral video, would help us to believe you? Okay, put do not disturb on your phone, sis. Thank you, my love. Ooh, child, it takes a village. Yaira, I think you need to be my social media director, honey, because you're just super smart. Police brutality has gotten worse. You damn straight it has. No end to qualified immunity. And guess who gonna be your new elected officials in every branch of government if y'all don't weaponize this vote? If you don't get from me that your ballot is your bullet, if you don't turn out in Obama-style numbers and shut it down, this midterm, your new Crayola white supremacists will be just like LA. You got Sheriff Villanueva heading up the gangs in the police department. They running everything. And then what they do is sit back and blame us. They're robbing us of education. They're robbing us of housing. They're robbing us of an American wage. $15 ain't gonna cut it if your median home price is over $500,000 nationwide. It's $1 million out here. Hello? So yeah, y'all can sit back here and think, oh, y'all can do things like yesteryear and withhold the vote and it make a difference. The devil is a lie. Y'all better get out here in Obama-style numbers. I'm not even asking anymore. I'm demanding. Or you're going to be guilty of the extinction of your friends. I mean, your family, your line, your lineage. We need to grow the backbone and the cojones of our ancestors who knew when to pivot from the repugnant clans to the Demorats for civil rights. Looking at my Gucci, it's about that time. Come join us over at Twitter Space. The time is 2 o'clock. I got to give it over to them to take this conversation to the next level. Twitter Space, the space is called Reparations ? You've got nothing coming until you hashtag WTV. Come on over and weigh in over there. Bring your comments with you. I'm out of time. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever freedmen and its allies are, God truly is, because family, you are the face of God. You are the voice of God. You are the body temple. You are the spirit of the living God. Yes, you are. And someone showed you today how much they love you. Someone, I love you, black family, and I love you, freedom. Until we meet again, family, or love you tomorrow. And the day after that, and the day after that, I want you to make a beautiful, God inspired rest of Sunday. And until then, family, I believe in each and every one of us. The kind of peace, love, and reparation. Peace. I'm out. Come on over to Twitter Space. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Hold on, Twitter. That's it, y'all. Thank y'all. I know that was hard.